Ball's in the air, and we are underway. And it's Mexico with the first possession of the game. Here's Karim Lopez. Handoff to Angel Escarcega. Now the drop pass to the streaking Leo Fernandez, but he cannot convert. How about you give us a big hello and a shout out wherever you're watching from in the comments on the YouTube chat. 74 likes already on this game. Almost 1,200 viewers right now. If you would, give us a thumbs up. And let us know where you're watching from. Try to answer as many questions as I can as Edgar Grande launches the three-pointer and connects to give Mexico the first lead of the game at 3-0. His floater short, gets his own rebound, puts it back up from 12 feet and connects. It's 3-2 in favor of Mexico. That initial three-pointer that I called did not go in by Edgar Grande. Just to hit the net and going out of bounds. From my angle, it looked like it went through. The net snapped up perfectly. But evidently, didn't even go through the cylinder. That doesn't count regardless of what the net looks like. Mexico still looking for their first points. I'll go on the kick out. Pass underneath to Vincent Stewart Jr., and he draws the foul. Vincent Stewart turned 16 years old just 2 days ago. Celebrated with 18 points and 11 rebounds last night against Team USA. Watching from Arecibo in Puerto Rico, New York, Memphis, Tennessee, Richmond, Virginia. So glad you can be with us as we watch these young players develop, grow their skills, get a taste of international competition. And a nice drive there by Felipe Quinones. Don't forget to share us on the socials. Use the hashtag FIBA U16 Americas. And share and subscribe to the basketball channel on YouTube. And you can see every minute of this tournament and many other tournaments around the world. We'll have the young ladies version of this tournament coming up next week. More games tonight after this one. The host nation traditionally plays the final game each day. And then we've got 4 more games tomorrow. Mexico with the steal. Unable to convert on the layup is Dylan Aguilera. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be a Puerto Rico ball. Earlier action today, Brazil squeaked past Dominican Republic 68-66. Canada used a late run to pull away from Uruguay 75-65. As Mexico still looking for their first points. And there they get 3 of them. Felipe Quinones hits from distance. And Mexico to within 1 at 4-3. 6.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Yunus a little too strong on that one. And just before this game, USA defeated Argentina 113 to 52. So Team USA at 2-0. Argentina falls to 1-1, and both of these two teams looking for their first win. Canada and Brazil both at 2-0 in Group B play. That ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Mexico. Yunus scores again, and Puerto Rico wants timeout. Getting Santiago gather his troops as his team is down by 5 early. 5 minutes, 21 seconds to play in this first quarter. Top 4 teams from this tournament will advance to the U17 World Cup next year in Turkey. The 8 teams in this tournament qualified from 2 from North America. We have USA and Canada. 3 from South America, Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. And Central America and the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and Dominican Republic. I just realized all of these 8 teams in this tournament, I've been to all 8 of the countries. Of course, USA, where I live, but visited all 7 of the other countries. Had a wonderful time in each one of them. Floater by Kareem Lopez misses. I think there's a light out in the stadium here at Holy Forum Zamna in Mérida, Mexico. You can see the end of the court where Mexico's bench is. It's clearly darker down there. Fans on the near side definitely appear to be sitting in darkness. Reminds me of 2015 in Edmonton at the FIBA America's Women's Championship at the Saville Center. About 10 minutes before game time, and the lights went out at the Saville Center. So with 5:08 to play in this first quarter, we're under a little bit of a delay here. We had a situation in Miami just this past December. Our partner and I were doing the FIBA America's 3x3 championships, and it was on a covered plaza, but it was one of those afternoon Miami rain showers, and the wind was such that it was blowing in onto the court. Disrupted one of the games, and then we had a lengthy delay in another game. Best we can. With the delay here in Poliforum Zemna. You can see on your screen there. Fans definitely bathed in darkness. The problem is, it's not necessarily too dark to play basketball. Anybody who's ever played outside in the twilight hours, used to that, but the problem is it's light on one side of the court and dark on the other, so you give one team a competitive advantage over the other team. So either turn the lights off at the other end or wait for the lights to get fixed. Mexico just 1 of 11 from the floor, so it's not like they're shooting the lights out. Puerto Rico not much better, 4 of 10, 40%, so neither of these teams, as we said, shooting the lights out, but you can definitely see on this wide shot here on the monitor, lights on the right side here at Poliforum Zamna are out. While we wait for lights to come back on, go ahead and step away for a couple of moments. Appreciate your patience. Hopefully they will get this resolved soon. My name is Craig Feda, and this is the 2023 FIBA Americas U16 Boys Championship Tournament, live from Poliforum Zamna in Mérida, Mexico. We will be back shortly when the lights come back on. Once again, if you're just joining us, play has been suspended with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the first quarter, with Puerto Rico on top 8-3. A bank of lights at one end of the stadium here in Poliform Zamna that you can see on our wide shot there up on the right side. A couple of banks of lights have gone out. So arena officials are working to get the lights fixed. And if you ask why don't they just play, well, the problem is it's dark on one side and light on the other, and that gives one team potentially a competitive advantage. So you can either make it dark at both ends and play in low lighting, which I'm sure a lot of these kids are used to, playing outdoors in the parks at dusk and twilight, playing as late into the evening as you can. But it's not fair if it's light at one end and dark at the other. Continue to wait out this technical delay, and we will hopefully be back with you very shortly. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, play has been suspended. We're at Poliforum Zamna in Mérida, Mexico, as two banks of lights went out above the end of the court with Mexico's bench, but they appear to have been repaired. And we will be back underway shortly. Puerto Rico has an 8-3 lead with 5:10 to play in this first quarter. And we are back to the action. My name's Craig Fada. Glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from around the Americas or around the world for this 2023 FIBA U16 America's Championship Tournament. Boys edition. The girls get started next week. A little bit different style of a broadcast, in case you are just with us. We're going to be interacting with the folks on social media on our YouTube channel. We'll be answering questions and comments. Appropriate ones, of course. Nice defensive position there by Felipe Quiñones to draw the charge. Just over 2,000 folks viewing right now. If you haven't already, go ahead and give us a thumbs up on the stream. We're at it's about 170 right now. As Vincent Stewart connects on the little jump hook. Give Puerto Rico a 10-3 lead. Rivera driving and dishing. Shot clock at 7. Back outside, 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by Judah Hidalgo. I don't think we'll get quite as many, but we had more than 1,000 likes on our last game between USA and Argentina, as Pablo Espinosa connects from the corner to make it 13-6. 20 to play in this first frame. Now Santiago for Puerto Rico answers at the other end. Puerto Rico's lead back to 10 at 16-6. Floater there for Espinosa. Now a shot blocked by Fernandez. Drive into the lane by Edgar Grande. Does not connect, but he does draw the foul, so he's going to go to the free throw line for a pair. He was 1 of 2 from the stripe last night. There's Luis Scola. Let's watch the son Tomas Scola play against Team USA. Staying to watch this one as well. Luis, the Argentine legend. I believe he's the second leading scorer all time in FIBA play. And Brazilian Oscar Schmidt. Scola now the CEO of Pallacanestro Varese in Italy. His son Tomas plays youth ball for Varese. So Mexico now with a chance to cut even further, and they do. Gets it down to 13-12. Puerto Rico wants timeout. Edin Santiago says that's enough of that. We're going to talk things over now. Espinosa has 5 points for Mexico to lead the way. And Felipe Quiñones has 8 for Puerto Rico. Mexico got off to a slow start in this one. Trailed by 10. They have cut it to just 1. Following along on our YouTube stream, go ahead and give us a shout out wherever you're watching from. Glad to see so many viewers from around the Americas and around the world. Tough rebound there by Vincent Stewart. Missed the putback, but Alexander Montes is there to extend Puerto Rico's lead back to 3. And into the lane, nice drive. Edgar Grande puts Mexico back to within 1, and he's got 4. Puerto Rico turns it over. Mexico has numbers, 4 on 2. All the way to the rack is Angel Escarcega. He gets it blocked, but a foul is called. And Escarcega will have a chance to give Mexico their first lead of the game from the free throw line. Escarcega did a nice job trying to protect the ball. He knew there was going to be contact. Went up strong, but ultimately could not get the shot off. His first free throw is good. Graphic not right there, as they credited that bucket to Puerto Rico and not Mexico. So now it is 16-15 in favor of Mexico, their first lead of this game. Three on the way, and that is good. Edin Santiago puts Puerto Rico back on top. Again, our graphic not quite right there. I guess whatever technical problems turned the lights out in the arena, messing up our scoreboard a little bit as well. Inside of a minute to play now. Beautiful pirouetting move by Pablo Espinosa. He couldn't connect, but therefore the putback is Edgar Grande. And we are tied up at 18. There's Rosa into the corner for 3 for Montes. That misses. Grande up ahead to Fernandez. Back out to Grande. He wanted to launch that 3. Now into the corner. Espinosa launches it. No. Offensive rebound by Dylan Aguilera. He gets fouled with 12.8 to play in this first quarter. forget to head out to the tournament website for all the official stats, game recaps, photos and videos. FIBA.basketball/Americas/U16. And for additional content aimed at these future stars, on Facebook and Instagram, follow us at NextGenHoops. Second free throw, no good. Mexico on top by 1. 6 now, 5 on the clock. Here comes Rosa. Draws the foul before he gets the shot off. And Mexico did have 1 to give. That was not a shooting foul. So 1.4 on the clock for Puerto Rico. Chance to get a shot off. Long three-pointer on the way, just short by Richard Rosa. And the first quarter comes to an end with Mexico on top by the score of 19-18. This is the 2023 FIBA Americas U16 Championship Tournament, live from Mérida, Mexico. We are back with second quarter action in just one moment.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Welcome back to Poliforum Zamna in Mérida, Mexico. Lights are back on, and so are we. Had a little bit of a delay halfway through the first quarter where the lights went out at one end of the stadium. We're under a delay of about 10 minutes or so. Mexico had trailed by 10 points at one point in the first quarter. They now lead by 1. Turnaround by Miles Fuentes short of the rim, so that's going to be a shot clock violation against Purdue. I see PUR, and I think the abbreviation for the American College Purdue. Puerto Rico, of course. Had somebody ask me in the chat last night, do I ever make mistakes? Sure do, there's one of them. If you're just joining us, a little bit different style of broadcast than you might be used to. Trying to monitor the chat on the YouTube stream and answer as many questions and comments as I can. Foul on the rebound. I believe they're going to get Angel Escarcega for the push in the back. Catch and shoot off the inbound pass for Richard Rosa. No good. And here comes Mexico back the other way, nearly stolen away. Here's Grande, gives it up to Espinosa. His jumper misses. And Justin Roman fighting for the ball along with Grande. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Puerto Rico ball. Third and final day of group play tomorrow. Puerto Rico takes on Argentina. Mexico takes on USA. Final games of group play. Ball goes out of bounds off of, I believe it was Roy Rojo. It's going to be Puerto Rico ball with 8:31 to play in the second quarter. Out and finally controlled by Puerto Rico. Long jumper is up and good for Richard Rosa. Pretty step back three by Edgar Grande. Unfortunately, it did not fall. Puerto Rico stays on top by 1, 20-19. Spin move into the paint does not result in points for Felipe Quinones. Mexico nicely done on the fast break. Mario Aguirre scores to put Mexico back on top by 1, 21-20. Short by Justin Roman. Another offensive rebound for Puerto Rico. Richard Rosa has his shot blocked. And here comes Mexico back the other way. Aguilera on the lane. High off the glass, no. Rebounded by Roman. Mexico fell asleep defensively there and left the right side wide open for Justin Roman, and he goes up and lays it in for his first 2 points of the tournament. And Puerto Rico goes back on top 22-21. Turns it over. They tried to find Elier Fernandez in the paint. The pass was just a little bit too wide for him. Hard foul will send Santiago to the line for Puerto Rico. He had 12 points in last night's game. I believe they're going to get Dylan Aguilera on the foul. First offering is up and good. Second one good as well. A lot of chirping about the officiating in the chat on the YouTube stream. And that's usually the first thing that people complain about who don't really understand the game. When things aren't going their way, they immediately blame the officials. I've seen a lot of games that Andres Bartel has officiated, and he is as good as they come, I can promise you. Blocked shot by Aguirre. So to blame the officiating one way or the other is really kind of ludicrous. I've been attending FIBA tournaments since 2015, and the officiating is always consistently at a high level when you look at it from a neutral point of view. If you're looking at it just as a homer, you want every call to go your team's way, and that's just not going to be the case. Takes time out with Puerto Rico up by 7 now. Question in the chat: out of all the tournaments that I've covered, which has been my favorite and why? That's an excellent question. Think about that. Saville Center in 2015 for the FIBA Women's America Cup Championship. Canada won gold. That was pretty special. That place was absolutely electric. Brazil winning gold in 2017. It was pretty special when the women won. Central Basket in Panama was really good. America Cup in Medellin was really good. Seen a lot of great tournaments. Zach says, come on, the refs are always against my team, regardless of I care about the game or not. It reminds me of Joe Buck. His Twitter handle at one point, in his description said, yes, I hate your team. Because everybody always complains about Joe Buck saying he hates their team. Puerto Rico turns it over, and Mexico slows up on the break. Now Aguirre launches the three, no good. Rebound by Justin Roman, and he goes down hard. Went down hard on his hip and shoulder right on the floor after getting that rebound. It's going to be a foul on Mexico. I did not see who sent him down. Certainly no ill intent. They were just going hard for the rebound. So we're going to look at it here. And that was Oscar Ochoa. Laying right on the point of that hip. The upper part of that pelvis. It doesn't feel good. see Roman get up. I believe it was in the Central Basket Tournament in 2016 in Panama City. Got to see a young DeAndre Ayton. Playing for Bahamas. He was just 17 at the time. That was before he even went to Arizona. Floater with the right hand by Miles Fuentes is no good, and tie-up call. Fuentes gets the first free throw to fall in. Miles Fuentes, just 14 years old. Now some pressure in the backcourt by Puerto Rico. Four and a half minutes to play in this second quarter. Fuentes comes out of there with it, draws the foul, can't get the shot to go, but he is going to go to the free throw line. Now notice that Kareem Lopez not in the game for Mexico. He played all 40 minutes in last night's game against Argentina. His team came up short just by 2 points. Puerto Rico now up 9. Fuentes can make it 10. Free throw a little too strong. About 4 minutes to play in this second quarter. Clock down to 7. 3 on the way from Aguirre, no good. Comes Puerto Rico once again. Quinones hits the deck, but he's going to go to the line for a pair. Quinones was the Central Basket U16 MVP. He had 20 points last night against Team USA. 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Back to 10. We're up to 240 likes on our YouTube stream. Go ahead and give us that thumbs up if you're tuned in. About 2,800 folks watching right now around the Americas and around the world. We had more than 1,000 likes in the previous game between USA and Argentina. I don't think we'll quite get to there in this game, but let's see if we can get to about 500. think we should be able to do that quite handily. Well, nice little up and under move there by, Elio Fernandez. Did not get it to finish. 3.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Catch and shoot from the right wing is short. Espinosa pulls up and hits the jumper. Pretty shot by Pablo Espinosa. It's Mexico back to within 8. Espinosa has 7. Stolen away by Mexico, and there's for the easy layup. Aguilera. Mexico cuts the lead to 6 with 2.5 minutes to play in this second quarter. Santiago misses the long jumper. Mexico on the attack again. Here's Grande. Gets it back out to Escarcega. And now Aguilera. On the shot clock, and Mexico throws it away. Minutes now in this second quarter. Defender slipped. That left Santiago wide open for the jumper, and he drains it. Puerto Rico back up by 8. Got ping-ponged around, but no call. Ends up throwing one up from just about being on his backside. Good to see Justin Roman back into the game after he went down after that hard foul on the rebound. We'll give back. Won't go, but therefore the putback. Alexander Montes. Coming up on 1 minute to play. Puerto Rico leading by 10. Oh, beautiful lob inside. Great pass there by Edgar Grande. And the nice finish for Aguilera. He's got 5 now, and Mexico back to within 8. Question in the chat, which non-recurring country or team in the Americas would I like to see participating in future tournaments? That's another excellent question. Some of the Caribbean teams put together some interesting teams every once in a while. Virgin Islands. Watching the Venezuelans play. They're usually in most of the tournaments. Venezuelan men and women. Think back on all the that I've done and games that I've seen, some of the smaller countries and teams once in a while, put on a great show. Colombian men and women, fun to watch at times. Back to the action after the timeout. Puerto Rico on top by 8. Montez, floater won't go, put back, no, rebound. Montez grabs it, fresh 14. They don't need it though. Mason Santiago goes up with the right hand and puts it in. Shot clock off, game clock now at 16. Puerto Rico on top by 10. Driving floater won't go as the clock winds down, and we will head to halftime with Puerto Rico on top 37-27. Puerto Rico outscores Mexico 19-8. That second quarter as we look at the shooting numbers. Either team shooting the ball particularly well from either 2-point or 3-point range. Puerto Rico 35 rebounds in the first half. My goodness. They're crashing the glass hard. As we look at the leading scorers in this first half, let's take a look at the full rundown of individual numbers for Mexico. Dylan Aguilera, 5 points, 8 rebounds. Angel Escarcega, 4 points, 3 boards. Pablo Espinosa, 7 points. As we roll the highlights for you to watch, Leo Fernandez has not scored. He's got 2 rebounds and 5 blocked shots in the first half. Edgar Grande has 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Mario Aguirre has 2 points. Kareem Lopez has 3. And that rounds out the scoring for Mexico. For Puerto Rico, Alexander Montez has 5. He's also got 9 rebounds. Felipe Quinones has 11 points on 5 of 15 shooting. Justin Roman has 2. He's added 7 boards. Ronnie Santiago has 10 points. Mason Santiago has 2. Miles Fuentes has 3. Judah Hidalgo has not scored, but he's got 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Richard Rosa has 2, and Vincent Stewart has 2 points for Puerto Rico. All those numbers end up at a 37-27 lead at halftime for Puerto Rico. We've got the second half coming up live from Poliforum Zamna in Mérida, Mexico. This is the 2023 FIBA Americas U16 Boys Championship Tournament. Second day of group play. Final game of the day. In earlier action today, Brazil got past Dominican Republic 68-66. Canada used a late spurt to get past Uruguay 75-65. And USA dominated Argentina 113-52. Once again here at halftime, it's 37-27 in favor of Puerto Rico. My name's Craig Fado. Hope you've been enjoying this one. We are back with second half action in just a few moments.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Welcome back once again to Poliforum Zamna in Mérida, Mexico on the Yucatan Peninsula. Fourth and final game of the second day of competition at the 2023 FIBA Americas U16 Boys Championship Tournament. The ladies get started next week. My name is Craig Fada. Hope you've been enjoying this one so far. Puerto Rico leading Mexico coming out of halftime, 37-27. Mexico led by 1 after the first quarter, but Puerto Rico outscored Mexico 19-8 in that second quarter. As I mentioned, last game of the day, Brazil got past Dominican Republic 68-66. Canada used a late run to down Uruguay 75-65, and in the game just prior to this one, USA blew out Argentina 113-52. If you were not with us in the first half, we had a little bit of a delay halfway through the first quarter when the lights went out at one end of the arena. About a 10-minute delay in that first quarter before everything got fixed. We've been back at it ever since. Long three-pointer, no good. If you are just tuning into our broadcast, it's a little bit different of a format. We're going to interact with the fans on the live chat stream on our YouTube feed. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in that chat, and I'll try to get to as many as I can. Give us a shout out wherever you're watching from. We've got about 2,250 viewers right now around the Americas and around the world. 290 likes. If you haven't already given us that thumbs up on the broadcast, go ahead and do that if you would. Show support for these young men playing for their countries. Back by Karim Lopez, won't go. For all the official tournament facts and figures, pictures and video, get to FIBA.basketball/Americas/U16. For additional content geared toward these future stars of the Americas, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at NextGenHoops. Question in the chat asking where my home is. I'm in Bloomington, Illinois. Broadcasting remotely. Spinning, hanging jumper by Angel Escarcega is no good. And the floater. Vincent Stewart goes in. (39-27), biggest lead of the game for Puerto Rico now at 12. Here comes Escarcega. And he's going to get whistled for steps. Up no points for Dylan Aguilera, and here comes Puerto Rico back the other way. Roman on the handoff, now the long three-pointer. That's up and good. My goodness. Look at Luis Santiago shot that from way outside, and it's a 15-point advantage now for Puerto Rico. Quiñones scores, and now Daniel Ojeda wants timeout. He does not like what he sees early on in this third quarter. A 7-0 run to start the period by Puerto Rico. It's a 17-point lead. Relatively even after one period of play, but between the second and third quarters, it's been all Puerto Rico. Since the first quarter, Puerto Rico has outscored Mexico 26-8. Tell you what the over-under is on this one. The gambling aspect of things. Seven minutes to play in this third quarter now. Looking to claw back into this one. Buck down to two. Shot is up, but no good. Rebound Roman. Here comes Puerto Rico back the other way, and missing the dunk is Alexander Montez. As the great collegiate basketball coach Denny Bridges once said, a dunk only counts 2 points. The implication is, may as well lay it in and get the sure deuce. Shot there with the shot clock winding down for Kareem Lopez. No good. Gets it back a third time and then loses it. Comes Quiñones at the other end. Gets in a little bit too deep. Tries to pass it out and it gets batted out of bounds by a Mexico defender. Count the bucket. The defender came into contact with the net while the ball was on the cylinder. The ball went through anyway. Sega giving it up. Three-pointer on the way, a little too strong. Rebound. First touched by Kareem Lopez and then batted out of bounds. And will stay with Mexico. 5:42 to play in this third quarter. Mexico still has not scored in this quarter yet. Neither a field goal nor a free throw. Now that three is on the way, and that is good. Grande scores from long range. It's Mexico back to within 14, and Grande has 9. Now Mexico with the interception. Ahead to Kareem Lopez, he misses. Now Puerto Rico back the other way. Santiago. Nice little backhand pass and the little jumper there. Flip with the right hand. Vincent Stewart. Down low. Stewart off the glass, won't get it, but he's going to go to the free throw line. Stewart with 18 points and 11 rebounds against the Americans last night. Got just 6 points and 4 boards in this game. Short on that free throw. Now 1 of 3 from the line in this tournament so far. He's at 1 of 4. There's Mexico back the other way. And the two-pointer is good. Grande's foot was on the line. And that cuts the Puerto Rico lead back down to 14. Just jumping on our YouTube stream, go ahead and leave a comment letting us know where you're watching from. Roman gets called for the foul. He had the block on the shot by Kareem Lopez. Comes into contact with the arm. Lopez missing the free throw. 16 years old, captain of this Mexico team. Second free throw is good. Loses it under the bucket. Step back three-pointer, no good. Rebound corralled by Santiago. Here's to Jonas. Clock at 8. Roman in the corner. Knocked down to 5, poked out of bounds. It'll stay with Puerto Rico, and they get a fresh 14. Roman for 3 from the corner. That is good. Justin Roman hits and gets the lead back to 15. Roman now with 7. 48-33 in favor of Puerto Rico. Lopez, just inside the left elbow, gets it out to Escarcega. He puts it up over a pair of defenders, nearly gets it to go. Puerto Rico with the rebound. Aggressive drive results in a miss by Quiñones. Here comes Mexico back the other way. Side to Grande. He drives, double clutches, misses. And Stewart with the rebound. 2:10 to play now in this third quarter. It's been all Puerto Rico since the end of the first quarter. That three missed by Roman. Now Mexico back the other way. Easy right-hand lane for Karim Lopez. And with a minute 55 to play, timeout on the floor. Mexico back to within 13. That's how many points Quiñones has for Puerto Rico. 4 more games tomorrow in the group phase, and then we have an off day on Thursday. Sam Brief will get things started tomorrow at 12:30 local time, 2:30 Eastern time in the U.S. with Canada, Brazil. In Group B, those two undefeated teams playing for first place. Group B. And then Sam will have Uruguay and Dominican Republic. That will take place at 3 o'clock local time, 5 o'clock Eastern time in the U.S. The team, as you see, shooting very well from three-point range at all. Combined 6 of 27. I'll crank things back up. 5:30 local time for Team Puerto Rico. As you see right there, they will be taking on Argentina. Argentina at 1-1 in group play so far, losing to USA today, defeating Mexico yesterday. And then tomorrow at 8 o'clock local time, 10 p.m. East coast of the U.S. It's going to be the host nation Mexico against USA, and you can bet this place will be rocking and rolling here tomorrow night. Still plenty of basketball to be played here, though. 1:45 to play in this third quarter. Puerto Rico will retain possession after the ball skitters out of bounds off of the hand of Dylan Aguilera. Drive and dish by Quiñones, and Roman goes down to the floor. Will keep it on the alternating possession arrow. One second to shoot for Puerto Rico. Santiago caught that one and put it right back up. Goes out of bounds, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. It didn't hit anything on the way down. So it will be Mexico ball. From the sideline, trailing by 13. Minute 20 to play in this third quarter. Mexico led by 1 after the first quarter, 19-18, but it has been all Puerto Rico since then. Spinning jump shot by Espinosa does not fall in, but he does draw the foul, so he will go to the line for a pair. First free throw a little too strong. Misses as well. Tony Santiago loses his footing and throws it up, hoping to hit something. Instead, Mexico comes out of there with 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Grande gives it up. Lopez. And handoff to Espinosa. Gets inside the left elbow, kicks it out to Lopez. Kareem puts the shot up, and that is good. Shot by Kareem Lopez. Mexico back to within 11. Shot clock and game clock just about even. Say the shot clock is off. Game clock is the only one on now. Mexico will not get a shot off before the end of the third quarter, but they will go into the fourth, trailing by 11. 48-37 with 1 period to play between Puerto Rico and Mexico. Both of these teams looking for their first win in group play here at the 2023 FIBA America's U16 Championship Tournament. My name is Craig Feta, and we are back with fourth quarter action live from Puerto Rico in Merida, Mexico, in just a couple of moments.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Welcome back once again. California Zamna in Merida, Mexico. Fourth and final game of the second day of competition at the 2023 FIBA Americas U16 Boys Championship Tournament. Puerto Rico leading Mexico after three quarters, 48-37. Not a lot of offensive action in that third quarter. Puerto Rico outscored Mexico 11-10 in that third quarter. As we look at some of the individual numbers on this game, Dylan Aguilera, 5 points, 9 boards for Mexico. Angel Escarcega has 4 points and 5 boards. Pablo Espinosa, 7 points. Edgar Grande has 11 points, 5 rebounds. Kareem Lopez, 8 points, 8 rebounds. Mario Aguirre has 2 as Aguilera tallies 2 more. Javier Fernandez has not scored in this game for Mexico. For Puerto Rico, Alexander Montes has 5. He's got 13 rebounds. Felipe Quinones, 13 points on 6 of 18 shooting from the floor. He's also got 3 rebounds. Justin Roman has 4 points, 10 rebounds. Rodney Santiago, 13 points. Vincent Stewart Jr., 6 points, 5 boards. Miles Fuentes has 3. Dylan Aguilera scores again. Lead down to 7. Richard Rosa has 2 for Puerto Rico, and Mason Santiago has 2 as well. Mexico fans starting to make some noise as their team gets back to within 7. Stewart misses, and here comes Mexico again. Here's Grande. His shot is good. And a 6-0 run by Mexico to start off this fourth quarter. Has it 48-43. Let's go back to within 5. And Edin Santiago wants a timeout right now. Once again, if you are just joining us, thanks so much for watching. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up on our YouTube stream. We've got 327 of them so far. Hoping to get to 500 on this game. I think we can still do it. We've got just over 2,400 watching now. Just need a couple of handfuls of you to click that thumbs up. Get as many likes as we can to support these young men playing for their countries. A lot of them in their first big international tournament. You can get all the tournament facts and figures, photos and videos by heading to the tournament website, FIBA.basketball/America/U16. Share that YouTube feed, FIBA the basketball channel. Subscribe as well. Miss a minute of this tournament action. When you share us on the socials, use the hashtag FIBA U16 Americas. And for additional content geared toward the future stars of this great international game, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Next Gen Hoops. My name is Craig Fada. Hope you've been enjoying this game. It's starting to tighten up. Yeah, don't count that bucket. Justin Roman left his feet. And he nods his head in acknowledgement. Shot missed, and Puerto Rico with the big rebound. Inside 8 minutes to play. game has gone a little late. You're right, it has. Had about a 10-minute delay halfway through the first quarter when the lights went out at one end of the arena. Grande giving it up, and now Mexico resets the offense. Here's Aguilera on the handoff to Espinosa. Clock at 8. Foul called. It's going to be on Roman. Question in the chat: do I have a favorite team between the Nuggets and the Heat? I think the Nuggets are going to win the series, but you see Jimmy Butler get a ring with Miami. Jimmy having played for my beloved Chicago Bulls. Rojo loses his feet and turns it over. Comes Quinones. This shot gets stuffed. Mexico back the other way. Espinosa does not have numbers, so he holds it up and gets the offense set. Coming up on 7 minutes to play. Shot will not go in for Aguilera. Good no call on that contact. Quinones sure looked like he traveled. Stumbles his way into the game, and Puerto Rico scores. So Puerto Rico gets their first 2 points of this fourth quarter when they're back on top by 7 with 6.5 minutes to play. Long three-pointer. That is good! Dylan Aguilera scores, and it's down to a 4-point lead for Puerto Rico. Aguilera now with 12 to go along with his 10 rebounds. Find Dylan Aguilera. He hands it off to Grande. Grande back outside to Lopez. Lopez working his way, loses his footing, and it gets tied up. Comes up short. Mexico nearly turned it over. Here's Aguilera. Picks up the dribble, gets it outside to Espinosa for 3. That's good! Espinosa scores the long-range bucket, and Mexico down to within 1. Mexico now with a chance to take the lead. Grande for 3. No good. Rebounded by Miles Fuentes. Drive by Quinones. The shot was blocked and a foul called. Going to be on Dylan Aguilera. Free throw up and in for Quinones. Fans here in Poliforum Zamna making noise. Both free throws good by Quinones. He now has 15. Puerto Rico back on top by 3. Got it. Inside 4.5 minutes to play. His pass with a little too much salsa on it. Tried to get it to Kareem Lopez along the baseline, but just a little too hot. And Puerto Rico withstand this run by Mexico. Up the lead briefly. They're now back on top by 3. Stewart in traffic has it blocked again. Dylan Aguilera got a piece of both of those, and now the putback. Tough shot there. Miles Fuentes catches the rebound in midair and swishes the putback to give Puerto Rico a 5-point lead at 54-49. 3:50 to play in this fourth quarter. Espinosa draws the foul on Romney Santiago. Bounce to Espinosa. Shot clock at 10. Outside, 3 on the way, short. Rebound, Alexander Montez. Quinones drives to the hole, has his shot blocked, but draws the foul. To the free throw line. That's the first. Quinones now 5 of 6 from the stripe in this game. He's got 17 points. Gardner's got 16. Now he's got 17. It's 56-49 with 3:17 to play. And timeout on the floor. This one's turned into a pretty interesting one down the stretch. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are, go ahead and give us a thumbs up on that YouTube stream. We are at 351 likes now. Thank you so much for all the engagement. Interesting questions and comments throughout the course of this one. Again, a different format for this broadcast. A little bit more interaction with the folks watching the game on YouTube. Puerto Rico really dominated the middle quarters, but Mexico outscoring Puerto Rico by 4 in this fourth quarter so far. And they actually briefly took a lead just a few moments ago, but now they find themselves down again by 7. Still plenty of time. Forward to all of tomorrow's games that you can view on the FIBA basketball channel here on YouTube. Search FIBA U16 Americas on YouTube. Right to all of the games. Set yourself some reminders for the games. Canada and Brazil kick things off at 12:30 local time tomorrow in Group B. Sam Brief will have that game for you. He will then bring you Uruguay and Dominican Republic. And I'll be on the call for Puerto Rico, Argentina at 5:30 local time. And then the group phase finale at 8 between Mexico and USA. Shot clock down to 3. Espinosa's got to put it up, and they're not going to get a shot off. To wonder if Mexico spent its energy making the comeback and taking the brief lead. As Puerto Rico has now reasserted themselves. Shot missed, rebound Mexico. Up ahead to Aguilera, and he draws the foul. Inside 2.5 minutes to play. Foul is going to be on Felipe Quinones. First free throw pops out for Aguilera. Hits the second one, and the Puerto Rico lead is 6, 56-50. With pressure in the backcourt now by Mexico. Espinosa hounding Felipe Quinones. Quinones does have a penchant to turn the ball over, so pretty good tactic by Mexico to pressure him. That 3 high off the glass won't go. Rebounded by Karim Lopez. Lopez brings it up. They were now directing traffic, hands it off to Grande. Back to Lopez. Defender falls down. Spinning into the lane is Aguilera, who just about turns it over, and ball called, and on the alternating possession arrow, it's going to stay with Mexico. 6 on the shot clock. Aguilera, the floater won't go. Roman saves it inbounds, and it's Puerto Rico ball. 1:35 to play. Mexico needs a stop here. Force the miss, but draw the foul. I believe that's going to be on Dylan Aguilera. Felipe Quinones will go to the free throw line. Quinones in this game 5 of 6. Now 6 of 7. He's got 18 points. Quinones hits them both. A couple of big free throws there. And it's an 8-point lead for Puerto Rico. A minute 20 to play in this fourth period. Here's the screen. And now the three-point attempt. That's no good. Rebound, Roman. Now Mexico's in some trouble. Tough take there by Felipe Quinones. Gets it to go. And with 54.8 to play, Puerto Rico has extended the lead to 10. Quinones now 21 points. And a big drive and finish there. And Daniel Ojeda wants timeout. He's got to come up with something magical here in the last roughly 55 seconds of this one to erase this 10-point deficit. Neither team shooting very well from either 2-point or 3-point range. Here in Poliform Zamna trying to urge their team on to miracle finish, trailing by 10 inside of a minute to play. Certainly not out of the realm of possibility, but definitely a tall order. You see that final basket by Quinones. Tough shot up and over the outstretched arm of Kareem Lopez. Aguilera inside Lopez. Sega back to Lopez. Not a grande. And a foul on Puerto Rico. Players went down, so they're getting the floor dried up. Inbounds. Now a three on the way. It rattles out. Grande taps it back to Aguilera. He drives, can't get it to go. Bodies all over the place. Like the Drowning Pool song. Bodies hit the floor. But just too much time on that possession for Mexico. Nothing to come out of it. Now 21.3 seconds to play. Mexico still down by 10. One more timeout with 21.3 to play. Puerto Rico led by as many as 16 in the third quarter, and then Mexico came roaring back, took a 1-point lead. Ever since they took that lead, I think they kind of spent their powder. Spent so much effort getting level and taking the lead that they didn't have anything left for the stretch run, as Puerto Rico has been able to pull away with 21.3 to play. Puerto Rico with the 10-point lead. Certain what they're reviewing here, unless it's possession under the basket. Either way, if it is Mexico ball, they still have a long way to go. They took so much time on that possession. They got a couple of offensive rebounds, but no basket. See if we can see until who touched it last. Hard to tell. I think that went off Quinones. I think that's going to be Mexico ball. The way it comes off on the spin. I believe that last went off of Felipe Quinones' hand. The way the ball spun out of there. Looks like it will stay with Mexico. 13 on the shot clock. 21.3 to play in the game. Well, Mexico really needs a miracle. They tried the lob inside to Lopez, and now the foul called. Lopez missed. Aguilera, I believe, got the rebound. That was him. And he's going to go to the free throw line. Hits the first free throw, gets it down to 9, and make it 8 here. He does. 19.2 to play, and a timeout taken by Puerto Rico. 375 likes for this game. Very much appreciated. Still more than 2,500 people watching this one. If you haven't already, last time, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Like our stream here on YouTube. FIBA basketball channel. Go ahead and subscribe. And don't miss a minute of content. This tournament, we've got the America's U16 ladies next week. Plus lots of other great action from all over the world. We will bring you all 4 games tomorrow. We have an off day. We'll talk about that in just a moment. As Puerto Rico tries to run the clock out and turn it over. Mexico was actually trying to foul there. Now up ahead. That's going to be Puerto Rico ball. Edgar Grande lobbying hard, and he does. He gets the call changed. The officials consult about it, said it went off of the arm of Rivera. With 4.4 to play, it's really going to be academic at this point. Long three-pointer misses, caught out of the air by Mason Fuentes, and this one goes final. Puerto Rico holds on to win 60-52. Not before Mexico makes it interesting down the stretch. They actually took the lead, but they just ran out of gas. Mexico outscores Puerto Rico 15-12 in that fourth quarter, but just not enough, and it goes final. Shot the ball well at all. Puerto Rico a whopping 57 rebounds. Of course, you'd expect that with so many misses by both teams. Mexico a healthy 46 rebounds as well. Let's look at the individual numbers on this one. For Mexico, Dylan Aguilera, 15 points. 11 rebounds, 4 steals. Angel Escarcega, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Pablo Espinosa, 10 points as the teams gather at center court. For a photo, Pablo Espinosa, 10 points. As we look at standings in Group A, USA 2-0 at 4 points. They're going to take this group. Argentina at 1-1. Mexico 0-2 and Puerto Rico 1-1. Edgar Grande had 13 points as we roll the highlights. He also had 7 rebounds and 4 steals. Karim Lopez 8 points on 3 of 15 shooting. He did have 12 rebounds. Mario Aguirre 2 points. And that rounds out the scoring for Mexico. Just 6 players scored. Puerto Rico, Felipe Quinones, 21 points on 7 of 24 shooting. He had 4 points, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Richard Rosa, 2 points. Romedy Santiago, 13 points. Miles Fuentes had 3. Alexander Montes had 7 points and 16 rebounds. Roman had 4 points, 12 boards. Mason Santiago 2 points, 3 rebounds, and Vincent Stewart Jr. 8 points and 8 rebounds. He also added 3 blocked shots. I should mention that Elier Fernandez had 5 blocked shots for Mexico. 4 more games tomorrow. Canada, Brazil in Group B. Battle of those undefeated teams to see who wins that group. Uruguay, Dominican Republic. Sid Brief will have a call on those games. And then I will have Puerto Rico, Argentina at 5:30 local time. And then Group phase finale, the host nation Mexico taking on Team USA. And I'm sure it's going to be a raucous environment here in Merida. Once again, thank you so much for all the interaction on the YouTube stream. Appreciate all of the engagement. My name's Craig Fade. I hope you enjoyed this one. Once again, the final 60-52 in favor of Puerto Rico in Group A. 4 more games tomorrow to conclude the group phase, and then an off day. For everybody at FIBA and SPALK, thanks again for watching, everybody. So long for now.